All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, victims of all ages, wishing you guys a gracious good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be for you, wherever in the world you may be. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me for a couple minutes tonight. You know, let me tell you how awkward it was for me to wake up this morning. Have you ever noticed that if you see a toilet in your dream, don't use it? Don't use it. Oh man, what a fucking messy god. Oh man. But you know, and it's funny too because you know I was thinking about how people can be a gynecologist in 2023, and I can just see a gynecologist in my head saying, "Ma'am, pap smear is out of the question," and her saying why, and the gynecologist saying, "Because your big hairy nuts are in the way, you fucking man." Oh, that's funny as fuck. But speaking of sex, though, I remember my first cripple girl, right? I remember telling her, "Shut the fuck up, get on your knees for daddy," and she would struggle to get out of her little wheelchair, and I said, "Yeah, that's right, you crippled fucking bitch," and she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm your dirty little vegetable." You guys are important, cared for, valuable, and unbelievably appreciated. If no one has told you guys yet today, just know that I love you. This first video is coming from Atomic Brat. Let's check out some cops getting known, baby. Atomic Brat, let's go. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. You piece of shit.
Still got it rolling in.
Oh, snap. Diffuse the situation.
We ain't gotta fucking leave.
No, leave.
We ain't gotta leave.
You gotta use the light to go.
Do what he said.
Huh? We ain't gotta leave. We ain't doing nothing. You don't like because we're filming.
In the parking lot.
What happened? Shut up, Jim.
Yeah.
Step buckle up. Hurry up.
Good looking out, baby.
What happened?
Shut up.
Up.
Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
No, I put it on there, didn't I?
Sure have. Of course you
That's
don't.
the dude that did my nails. Yeah.
What? You have a car? I'll work there. You know what side work?
Fucking thinks he's a fucking hot shot, don't he? They even all people to fuck around.
Hey. Yeah. Leave.
Please, Keith.
You understand me? I'm telling you to leave.
No.
I'm not doing nothing.
Do you hear me?
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I'm telling you to leave. Do you understand me, sir?
And I'm telling you, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I know my rights, and I don't have to.
What happened, sir?
You're last year. He's got all your license plate. Hope you ain't got no notes. Huh?
Damn.
Where you gotta leave?
What the fuck happened?
Huh?
Oh, Granny.
See, I gave you must have on YouTube. dude. He's getting ready to run your mom's license plate.
Do we have to show him our ID?
We ain't done nothing but committed a crime. We're not just, what is it, if you suspected of a crime or something, or something, you just say, you know, show them shit. You ain't fucking done anything wrong. They can't just come up and tell you identification, blah, 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 all this bullshit, just because they want to fucking go. You ain't done nothing wrong.
These would be slow. Look, there's people in a Monte Carlo in a car over there. He ain't telling them to leave. You know? Did he go run their plates?
Yeah, like when I told him I didn't know rights.
What's your name?
Whose?
Both of y'all. What is your names?
I haven't done nothing wrong.
What is your name?
I have done nothing wrong. I don't have to give you my name.
Yes, sir, you do.
That's where you're wrong.
License? Insurance? I need both.
Have I done anything wrong?
I need a license and insurance.
Have I done anything wrong? You suspect me of committing a crime?
And I need your license, too, if you've got one. Or I can just have this car towed.
Why don't you just go get your superior officer out here? How about that?
Do you have a license?
Yes, I have a license.
And I need to see it.
No,
Yes, sir.
I haven't done anything wrong. I know my rights. Okay? Better than you. Do not touch my wife.
I'm not touching your wife.
Don't touch her phone. You got that?
Sir?
So did you hear me?
Sir, I heard you. Do you have a
Okay.
license?
And yes, I got a license.
Show me your license.
I have done nothing wrong.
Your license, sir. Give me your license, sir.
Give me a superior officer out here.
Come here, Twain.
I'll just take off. What do you think?
No.
What?
You can turn the car off.
Hmm?
You can turn the car off. And then ask them why they're not having them leave.
Yeah.
Turn the car off so I'm not running out of my gas. Well,
So,
he really tried to grab my phone.
I saw that. Should have headbutted him.
Is that your coat?
And dude, these kind of situations make me nervous.
What? We ain't doing nothing
I
wrong.
know it's just
It's
that-
all right
the
to
past,
film,
man.
to do whatever.
Yeah, freedom of the press.
What those fucking queers doing back there?
Talking? That dude's probably telling him he really can't make him do
Yeah.
anything.
Exactly. What'd I tell you?
Shut up.
just drive through the grass.
What I tell y'all?
Huh?
What I tell y'all?
Yeah, look at them over there.
Yeah.
He said, "Don't touch my wife." Did you hear me?
Well, you know where school
Mm-hmm. He'll probably come out of the house and make up some make-believe bullcrap.
is. What are you doing?
He's probably over there going inside his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. Because I didn't fold up for him.
You're just trying to give him your name. Don't be doing that, boy. Don't tell the cops now. No. You want to just drive right through there? See what's going on over there?
No, I ain't trying to pass police barricade. But I'm outside of it, and that means I can. This is my right.
Mom, you still rolling the camera? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, we have post that on your fucking TV or YouTube, I mean, Facebook, any of it.
Did you get it to where the dude tried to grab your phone?
Yeah, she's been recording the whole time. Well, they ain't done. Now be time to go rob a gas station over there in town. Hit 4 or 5 of them. Because they're all here.
Well, you really shouldn't say that in case they confiscate my phone as evidence, being assholes.
Snap, they got the challenges. He's probably calling his wife like, man, I don't got parents.
Calling his boyfriend. Some guy just poked me out in front of his wife.
Call your mom and ask her what's up. Call your mom and ask her what's up.
She ain't gonna know.
It's probably on the news.
Check Henderson Watch.
I don't have Facebook.
Wheel.
I don't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, shit.
Where's your phone?
Ain't that
I
it?
don't do Facebook off my phone.
You used to, didn't
Use
you?
the browser
We had
app.
it set up on that one time. I mean, I don't do it all the time.
I bet somebody just went in there and killed herself or something because the ambulance came.
Ambulance there.
Oh my God.
I know, I'm in the same kind of...
It was like this. I tried to press the lock button and it...
You got beat?
No, he dropped the phone and I'm like, I know, me too. I'm kind of like...
What?
I'm kind of like...
I can't have something wrong because we're bumping top in.
Old days done got me all fearful. Yeah.
Do you hear him?
Well,
Ever since I was a young
Look, now the whole nail salon's come back over here.
oh, is it back there where y'all done the nails?
Huh?
Where
Yeah.
y'all got some nails?
That ain't the
Yeah.
nail salon, that's the
There's one
dance
back there.
thing.
That is the nail
He's
salon
talking to
and
his
dance team.
Superior officer. These people, can they poke me? Can they talk to me like that? He told me not to touch his wife or her phone.
He was trying to get you for threatening.
Huh?
He was like don't touch my wife. Did you hear me? And he
I
was
did.
like, what'd you say?
I didn't threaten him.
I know, he was trying though. He was trying like a mug. Anything.
Dang. Is that the superior officer?
You can tell.
Where, right there next to us?
Look, all the police is leaving. Why? Why are they all leaving? What's that? That's a reporter? He looks like Jesus.
Jesus did not look like that. Don't even be disrespectful.
The cop thought he was God.
I didn't mean to. Oh, look.
See, nobody pays no attention to that.
Did you get that on camera?
Well, yeah.
That was zoom in a little closer on the doofus over there.
Here, I got you. Is it? No way.
Should we tell him bye?
You do whatever you want. Flip him off. It ain't illegal.
No.
They passed the fucking law.
Watch
The
out, don't
Supreme
run
Court
over these
did,
people.
That it's not illegal to flip a cop a bird.
You can't say that here.
What?
Look, he tried to just direct her to you, and she was like,
Here, we're leaving. You can have it. Hey.
who was that?
Fuck, I don't know.
Wave.
Have a good evening.
We're probably going to get pulled over. Let me see if that sticker's in my car. He said, do you have a license?
You don't know this. Steer too low. Mustangs, I pulled out here. Watch him try and scurry to get back in his car.
You guys hear that? Shots fired. I told you.
No, that was a car or semi popping off their thing.
Oh, right there, where it went down. Probably.
Why are they all in the back?
You probably got it.
All right, guys, so that was Atomic Brat. What did you guys think? Did the cop get owned? Could you have found something better, something different? I don't know. You let me know. Listen, this next video, there's all kinds of fucking civil rights violations. Just all fucking kinds, man. This next video comes from Sneeson. Try to count along, man. See how many you can come up with. Sneeson, let's go.
You too quick. Sorry, you have your ID with you? Sorry, yeah, we're good. Okay, your ID.
Section 3802, Failure to Identify. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person and requested the information. I was not under arrest, nor had I been driving, and therefore I was not obligated by law to cooperate with them or answer any further questions. I assumed they were just making sure we were not stranded, so I was willing to cooperate a little. I told them that we were just switching drivers and that we were okay. I gave Ellis my name, address, date of birth, and driver's license number. Officer Matt Wood goes to the other side of the van. And opens the door. No probable cause, no consent, or even bothering to ask for it. That is an unconstitutional search. He can order other passengers out, but he cannot search the vehicle without probable cause or consent. I had not noticed that Wood was searching my vehicle because I had been busy giving all my identifying information to Ellis. When I did notice, I verbally objected to his search.
I'm not searching your car. Okay?
To those who think I was being unnecessarily difficult and that the police officers were just doing their job and just making sure I was safe, where would you draw the line? Would you object to the police opening the door of your house and looking around just to make sure you are safe? Search the web for Texas body cavity search for a few incidents that took place in the months following this incident. Would you object to that search? What if your daughter was threatened with a body cavity search without probable cause on a traffic stop? Would verbally objecting to that search be just being difficult?
Okay, well, once again, we're telling you that's not an intrusion. Okay, well, well, once you step back over here for me, sir. Are you just going to make it worse? I'm not making it worse. Anything worse. Once you step back over here. I'm asking. We don't know if you're a serial killer.
I was stunned. I could not believe he just said that. These are jackboots.
Money, that is a term that you cannot ever say yes to. Okay, first down, you don't tell me what to do, okay? You don't tell me what to say, you don't tell me what to do, okay? Hey, walk it out. You're getting an attitude when you don't need to.
Excessive force. That hurt.
First off, we come up here for public safety and to make sure everything's safe, and you come in with an attitude. Totally uncalled for, okay? Totally uncalled for. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
I'm sorry, who's that to do with that?
Yours.
All right, I disagree.
So you think you just talk to anybody, especially law enforcement personnel, just any old way? Yes, that's either yes or no. Okay. Well, I tell you what, you're not going to come to me all cockeyed and balled up. Is that understood? Is that understood?
A quick refresher on fail to identify. To be guilty, you have to have already been arrested for a separate crime. Not detained, arrested. The law is very specific on that distinction. It does not mention ID cards. We are not that far gone yet. I had given all the information relevant to the law the first time I was asked for them, even though I was not required by law to do so. I knew this law.
I'm sorry, what?
Alright, you're a liar. You're making this up. Come on. You think you're jail on it? I will. Bring something to your property. Just make this shit up. That's good. Yes, you are. Alright? The penal code, information code, everything in there? Yeah, that's what you're signing. I did not fail to identify anything. I was not arrested. I was not under arrest. You were locked in. Whether you think so or not? No, I absolutely agree with that.
I then noticed the second citation for fail to display driver's license. I had not operated a motor vehicle in the state of Texas that night. My wife had been driving since Taos, New Mexico. We had been in the process of switching drivers at the time they pulled up behind us. Both officers knew I had not been driving, and therefore knew I was not required by law to display a driver's license.
Alright. And the warning was... Does it matter that I wasn't driving? I'm just asking. You know that I'm right, and I'll tell you everything. I'm not going to call for
Wood and Ellis issued me a citation for an offense they were both certain I had not committed.
You know that you... One more warning. Or you get the car and you're fucking late. Alright? Alright, give me the ticket. I told you before, and I'm going to argue out here. It wasn't the court. Alright? Now leave.
2 false citations simply because I verbally objected to their unconstitutional search of my car. To be sure I did not operate a motor vehicle in the state of Texas that night, my wife continued driving.
You need to leave.
Wood marked on the citation that no search had taken place. Most importantly, the citation stated that a video was taken. I requested the video and received it at the pre-trial hearing. In what follows, after I get the DVD with the video, it looks as though I was being purposefully difficult by not letting the prosecutor watch it. I was not. I acted toward my best defense in a criminal trial. I had resolved, long before the pretrial, not to view the video with the prosecutor until after I had seen the contents and determined it to be in my best interest to do so. For example, in the video, I can be heard asking, "Am I under arrest?" and both officers responding no. Wood can be heard responding, "You were fixin' to," when I told him I had not been driving. I did not know that these statements were audible beforehand. If the audio had been unintelligible, I had no doubt Wood and Ellis would lie at the trial and claim otherwise. The prosecutor later told me that small-town police officers might have done much worse. I did not want to give the prosecutor any hints lest he coach Wood and Ellis on their testimony. I wanted the officers as unprepared as possible if this went to trial. A trial is not about sparring in a gentlemanly fashion. It is a slum brawl in which you use every tactic available. The state certainly will. In this case, everything hinged on how clear the audio was. It turned out to be good enough, but at this moment, I did not know that. I was willing to watch the video with the prosecutor later if it was of any reasonable quality, and in fact I did do so a bit later. But there was a real risk that it was not. In my criminal trial, the proper organization of my defense trumped any inconvenience it brought upon the prosecutor or anyone else. What follows are the events surrounding the May pretrial hearing. Todd Greenwood, the city attorney for Electra, prosecuted. Associate Judge Diane Gribble presided. Todd Greenwood gives me a DVD with a copy of the police dash cam video. This is my copy, right?
Yes. Here's your copy.
Perfect.
Let's go watch it collectively if we can. It's your copy after you leave with it. But until then, I'd like us to watch it together. That's the standard. That's what we normally do.
I mean, this is my copy now, right? Whether I share it with you or not.
No.
You have your own copy. Yes, it is.
I'm going to give you the copy.
You already have given me the copy.
You're interpreting the language I just used to say that I've just given you the copy.
I asked you if this was mine.
I'm not going to get into that. I would appreciate if we all watch it together.
Okay, I wasn't
And
going
then
to...
we can make a determination. I can make a determination.
It's rather long, and I wasn't going to watch the whole thing. I basically just want to make sure that it's from the start to the end.
Here's what I'm going to have to do, sir. I'm going to have to go get the police to bring me another copy so I can watch it.
Okay.
I don't want to do that. I don't normally give DVDs. I've agreed to do that because you reply in your letters. So I'm willing to provide you with a copy of the DVD, provided that we can all watch it together now, and then you can take it with you. Those are your conditions.
All right.
If you don't like that, I'm going to have to call the police chief back over here. Okay?
Okay. For what?
So let's just go ahead and watch it together. And then you can have that copy. You'll be the first.
Okay. First of all, let's make this clear. I already have a copy, and I will share it with you. We can look at it together.
Let's make this clear. You don't make the conditions here. I do.
Okay? I have a copy. You already gave it to me. It's in my computer.
No, you don't.
Yes, it is.
Because I just said you don't. And you don't make the conditions here. Now, do you have a problem with that?
Will you call the judge in, please?
You're free to go talk to the judge if you want to.
Judge, would you come in here, please?
Why don't you go get her instead of making her come in here at your beck and call as though you have some directive power over anyone in this location? That's her chambers. You can go talk to her.
I'm good.
I'm beginning to understand why you have the charges you do. You seem to have some expectations about public entities and your power over them, some controlling sense. And why is your boy here to witness this? Isn't today school day?
That's my business, not yours.
You're right about that, but let me put it this way. Render the DVD back to
I will not. That is mine. You may call the police and get your own copy if you wish. All right, this is an ex parte.
We need to call the bailiff.
All right, I'm sorry. This conversation should not be happening without both of us present.
That's why the door's open. Would you call the chief?
Yes.
Would you rather do this in the office with the door closed?
No, I would not. I would not. I'd rather be doing it out here. This is why I brought the boy, so he can see how this works.
Hey, is Chief there? Tell him I need him down here immediately, please. We have a gentleman in the office. I just need the chief here. Thank you. He'll be right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I under arrest now?
I don't know.
It does it? On what charge would that be? I'm ready to proceed with the hearing, if you wish. I'll be out here at your leisure.
Okay. Have a seat. Thank you.
You bet. Electra Police Chief Johnny Morris arrived a few minutes later. Greenwood had a conversation with him within easy earshot of the judge and us. That was inappropriate. The video showed everything I needed to win any trial. After making sure I had a safe copy of the DVD, I allowed it to be viewed on the judge's computer. Greenwood wanted to chat about what was on the video and my version of the events, and I agreed. After listening to my side of the story, Greenwood gave me some advice.
Let me tell you how this would have worked in the 80s or the early 90s. There would have been no audio. You would have been in a small town that didn't have audio or video equipped, and there's still some, if you go towards Lubbock, that don't. You would have been here, we wouldn't have had an audio or video to look at, and the officer, if you had pressed it the way you are now, pressed your rights, the officer would have taken the stand and testified that you laid hands on him. Okay? And a few of them who are worse than Ellis, in your opinion, Ellis or Wood. Some of those guys out in West Texas, what they would have done is they would have put you on the ground in front of your family, handcuffed you, let you spend the night in jail, then they would have said it was because you put hands on them. Your family would have all been witnesses in your favor at trial, but the officer taking the stand in a small rural community would have gone, the jury would have gone with those officers more than likely. And even if they didn't, no one gives a damn because it's all, you're having to do all the work driving out there and doing all the heavy lifting. So either way, they would have won. My bottom line, and this is nothing to you except a little preaching, is I get clients in your position. You don't win. The old expression is, you may beat the rap, but you don't beat the ride to jail. There's some bad people out there, and they wear badges, so they can get away with it, and they will bend you up. And at the end of the day, unless you've got real good evidence against them, you're not going to get their badge. You may get worse than that, so be careful, okay? I'm going to ask you a question I don't want you to answer. Do you have a criminal history? The reason I would ask you that question is because if you go to a trial without an audio or video and you're in your situation and somebody was wrongfully arrested and you have a criminal history, you're going to lose because they're going to believe the officer and not the guy with the conviction. And you're not even from that town. And the officer is and goes to Sunday school with the people on the jury. In small rural communities, that's how it works. You ever seen the movie Deliverance? It's not quite that bad, but that kind of gives you a picture.
He got a real pretty mouth, ain't he?
All right, so be careful when you get outside of the suburbs, outside of the donut, because when you are, it's a different world. People, when they're from the suburbs, they don't necessarily realize what's written down in the Constitution is one thing, and the real practice is another. And you're just not in the same kind of protections you have in Allen and Plano and Richardson and places like that.
So we do live in a jackboot society.
Sometimes, and we shouldn't. Sometimes it's better just to stand there and let it all roll over.
You get better than that. Come on, squeal! Squeal!
These travel safety tips were brought to you by the Electra Texas Visitors Bureau. Inevitably, Greenwood moved to dismiss the causes without costs. The reason given? Lack of evidence. The court so ordered. I got the news in June when I received a copy of the motion with the order attached that dismissed both charges. I, of course, objected to it. I put in a motion to quash that order, which was improper due to it ruling on a motion made ex parte to the defendant. I also asked the court to deny the prosecutor's motion and submitted a third motion to compel the additional video and audio from the body cameras worn by Wood and Ellis. I would then put in a motion to dismiss with prejudice. Due process is hard to come by in Electra, Texas. Judge Gribble refused to consider any of my motions. Not a big surprise. And the charges remained dismissed. I did my own defense. The law books I used were all from Nolo Press. Beat your ticket, represent yourself in court, and the Criminal Law Handbook. I racked up $5.25 in late fees from the library. Perhaps I need to go back to the library and learn how to file a Section 1983.
All right, guys, what'd you think? How many violations did you come up with? There's a fucking lot. I know. Hey, I know. Let me know in the comments. I will compare notes. This last video comes from Shade Tree DIY. And in this video, this fucking deputy wants to fight. Why does he want to fight? Because it's an unlawful stop? I mean, what a fucking piece of shit. Guys, This one comes from Shade Tree DIY, baby. Let's go.
License and registration is.
They got no reason to pull us over.